I'm going to kind of do something I don't normally do, and that is switch gears and ask you about the possibility of a recession. Because I think we certainly listened to the finance minister today and the prime minister, who aren't saying the R word, but every economist I interview says it's inevitable, that we could be looking at a recession in this country as soon as the last quarter of this year, though most predictions are for more into 2023. Do you think, Ms. Bendayan, that a recession in Canada is inevitable?
I think we need to be ready, and I think that that is what we are doing in the finance team, and the Minister of Finance is certainly, as I said, keeping a close eye on things, which is why also we want to make sure, to your earlier point, that we are fiscally responsible. My Conservative friend pointed to spending. We have the lowest deficit among G7 countries, the lowest debt, and we've put forward a budget that proposes to cut $9 billion from government spending. We are extremely fiscally responsible. We want to maintain that, and we want to also leave room in case there are much rainier days ahead in order to be able to support Canadians.
I mean, respectfully, there is analysis outside analysis that does say that your spending prior to what you're talking about right now was inflationary. You may feel it was justified, but it was a lot of spending, even post-pandemic, right? And a lot of it wasn't temporary, even though it had originally been indicated that it would be.
Economists have also said that we would have been in a much worse economic situation had we not spent that money. In fact, we would have had almost a similar debt level just because of the brakes being put on our economy and us being unable to restart as quickly as we did. And so in the end, we were actually in a much better position because of that spending, which was an emergency spending during the pandemic.
Just very quickly, and I'll get both of you to weigh in too. You didn't really answer. Do you think a recession is inevitable? You said you're preparing for it, but does that mean the government thinks there will be one?
I think that the geopolitical situation at the moment and the economic instability at the moment doesn't really allow for us to predict with certainty when something like this would happen. And we are seeing the inflation stabilize here in Canada for the moment.